All right, we're talking about You Are My Brother. It's a book by Judith Knotts. She's gone out and put together a list of her columns that she'd written by this newspaper and her experiences in the homeless community, her own experiences of going out personally and doing that. I know I got a chance to watch your TED Talk to the youth, which I think was extremely powerful. We're going to put links to that as well. And you talk about the book cover and the art meeting that. But I really wanted you to give you a chance to talk about your first night. You went out, you got this 72-hour thing. Just briefly rehash a little bit of that, and then how this person you met really just changed everything.
Oh, I love Laura. You're right, Brandon. I did talk about that on the TED Talk. And the cover of the book, if you're lucky enough to have a copy, it's a painting that Laura did. And when I went out in the streets for the very first time in 2003, I went out with a group, mostly men. And the first night I slept in sort of a little sheltered alley where I froze my butt off. But I said to myself when I woke up and survived that night, I thought, this is crazy. If I'm on the streets, I really want to be with the people. I don't want to be with somebody came out in the streets with me, somebody from a sheltered home. So I went to the guys who had spent the night on the street, and I said to them, hey, guys, I want to spend the night with you tonight. I want to be out here with the streets. And these were guys probably in their 40s. I was in my 60s. And they looked at me like, what in the world are we going to do with this lady, this old lady? And a woman came up to me, and I could tell she was transgender, but she came up to me and she said, I didn't know her, but she said, don't go with them tonight. And I got a little fear in the pit of my stomach, and I thought, whoa, she's a professional homeless person. What does she know that I don't know? Does she know that I might be hit over the head, or I might be raped? And I said, her name was Laura, and I said, Laura, why should I not go out with them? And she said to me, Judy, they use bad language. And I never forgot that. I just thought, what a gem, what a piece of somebody's mind and somebody's heart to give to me. And she didn't know me, but I guess I was pretty transparent that I was a little old lady. I was a grandmother, and eventually she found out I was head of the school. But she sensed that I would be offended by the roughness of the homeless people. So she said, you come with me, which I did. And I spent the next 2 nights and 3 days with her constantly. And she took care of me, and she taught me so much about life. And she was humble. And the only thing she ever asked me, she asked me to read a copy of something she had written, and it was about 3 inches thick on pencil copy paper. And it was her life story. Mm. And her life was really incredible. And I don't know how much time we have for that, Brendan, but an incredible life. Anyway, she taught me really what it means to be homeless and what it means to be human. And that's the only thing she ever asked me for, was just to read the copy of that draft. And it was her only copy. And I held it to my chest night and day, because I read by street lights and I read during the day. And I was so afraid something would happen. But
she's the author behind this book cover. We'll put a link there on Amazon, so you can see that. We'll put an image of the book up, so you can kind of see what we're talking about here. This art is just so dynamic, and to me, just really spoke to a spirit that was inside Laura that ultimately touched you.
Yes, and she was. I realized I had everything, and I had a lot of years of education, and she didn't. But she was so much smarter than I was. Oh my goodness! I'm not talking street smarts, which of course she was. I'm talking deep intellectual thoughts. I mean, she wrote 2 books. She got a degree in engineering from UT while being University of Texas, while being homeless. She got an award from an arts organization for a writer. And then she was a great painter. So here was this sort of genius living on the streets, a little bit outside of the norms of society, which is why she was there. But anyway, a great human being and a great teacher for me.
Well, that should be the title of the book that you write, her biography, and it's The Genius on the Street. There you go. You put that together and publish it for her in her honor. And put that together, because this sounds just truly just so powerful. If it touched you in this way and it moved you to pen that article and now put together this book, I can only imagine what it could do for other people.
Oh, thank you, Brandon. It was a gift to me.